Well, and hello, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host. Well, I'm trying to be a little bit professional with this one, but I'm your host, Blue Shift. Just mostly waiting on Denso and Dark Geo, our guests, to show up. But other than that, I'm just here to hold you guys down for a little bit. It's an amazing thing that in less than 2 days of our recording, we will be getting our online beta. So we're going to be enjoying that. We're going to be having a really good time with that too. So let me mess with the audio real quick so you guys are situated so things aren't too loud.
Okay, and this is a reminder, in 20 minutes, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my pizza out of the oven. That's okay with you guys.
All right.
No, unless you're sharing.
I wish I could show with the internet.
Just need to make sure that everything is under control. So, anybody excited for the coming days?
Yep. No one wants to play
Yeah,
Evil.
I'm actually hoping that we're able to review matches. Like for example, let's say we play on the beta on Friday, and then we finish the matches. Hopefully the matches will stay in the options or wherever it is, so that I can upload a few. It'd be nice.
Yeah. Just having access to those replays would be a godsend, even if the servers are offline. So hopefully that solution does come around eventually.
Wait, will we have access to our replays? You think?
Hmm?
I don't think so. Don't the open access. I don't think we have replays because.
I guess the best thing to do is to just either stream it or just record it on OBS or something else. Mm-hmm. So that might be the only thing we can do at that point if that's the case. Okay, let me just bring up the questions real quick just so we can be a bit on the ball here. And anything you guys want to talk about before we get into it?
Not really. It's okay.
Okay, how about you, Denzel?
I'm ready when you are, Brad.
All right. So, let's kick this off without any delay. So, Geo, you can introduce yourself.
Hey guys, my name is xDarkGeox, and I'll be, I have been playing the game since Vanilla came out. Not competitively. I think I started competitively around Fubu's. And yeah, I made X2. I think that's all they need to know. Yes.
Any accolades you probably want to share or nothing?
Now, I wish I played in Evo or any competitive tournament. But I haven't really because no competitive tournament for Gundam or anything like that. There's Evo, but from the East Coast, so there's nothing. There's no scene here.
Mm-hmm. And would you think with the release of Max Boost, things might actually get a little bit better now that there is LAN available?
Yeah, totally.
More tournaments.
Yeah, totally. LAN makes everything Force Gundam is a bitch to set up, and with LAN, it's actually much helpful. Mm-hmm. It's so much helpful with LAN.
Yep, compared to having only the dev build that they had for Evo, having only LAN, but everything else is just the absolute worst nightmare to both logistically and even systematically, it was a mess to deal with. I could probably talk to either the Brett or anybody else that's been setting up tournaments for GVS. It's a nightmare.
Yeah, it's totally a nightmare, but it seems like a nightmare because like I didn't know how they do it, but like every time I see like one of those matches, they're always like everyone's like red ball, but it has a stable connection. So like, how do you guys set that up?
Mm-hmm.
And also the requirement for PS Plus is like for LAN. I'm hoping they don't do that because like PS Plus was also a bitch because you have to have 4 systems PS Plus, and that it's like why it's like to pay like minimum $40 just to play this game. That's dying.
I'm sorry. Let me make sure I heard that properly. They're going the game is going to include native LAN support.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But
yeah,
in order to use the native LAN support, you still need to have a PS Plus subscription.
damn.
I
don't
know about that.
No, I don't know about
be...
that. I'm just saying that GeForce has had the PS Plus. Still not confirmed on that LAN if he needs PS Plus or not. But we gotta wait and see.
Hopefully not, because that wouldn't make any sense. It sounds kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I
all right, so
wait,
go ahead.
If history kind of serves correct, you wouldn't need any kind of premium if it was like a local area network play. Like, how else would the Halo scene thrive if that wasn't the case? If that's a good comparison.
Yeah, you probably won't need anything.
All right. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and remind everybody that for any notations that we're using for this spotlight and any spotlight, we're going to be using number pad notation, aka 8B means forward and B, etc., etc. So let's go ahead and get the ball rolling. So might I just call you Geo in the meantime?
Yeah, just call me Geo. That's what I'm calling.
Excellent. So let's go ahead and get started. So first, let's start off with the obvious question, I think. Why do you like this suit?
Because the pilot seems crazy as fuck. Oh, sorry.
No,
I'm
no,
not
no,
sure.
no, no, no. Don't send it to yourself. This is a free show. You can just say whatever you want, as long as it's not too offensive.
Okay. I don't know. It was PG, like PG-13 or PG. My bad.
I think we're borderline R at this point, right?
Pretty much, just of course nothing excessive. You think it's excessive? If you think it's excessive, you probably shouldn't say it. Then you probably shouldn't.
Anyways, Zabine was in F91 seemed calmed. I don't know what happened to him in the month during the times, but like I like how he's so crazy, you know, and with the X2, and I love the design of the X2 way more than X1. This, in my opinion, that's why X2 for life.
Well, it sounds like a pretty valid reason to me. For me,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely a valid reason. Now, because I know that there's not much media for Crossbone Gundam stateside, so
No.
I'm assuming that F91 and well, actually, no, sorry. Did you read or consume any of the Crossbone Gundam like manga or anything like that?
A Holden was kind of like they did Wong, so it did the main character Wong, X2 Wong, the Dylan Wong. So I didn't read that, you know. And it wasn't that good. So hoping like they next whenever they ever do like an anime adaptation, it becomes better.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, so it sounds like the show itself, or rather, so the F91 also inspire you to like the character, I guess, slash suit.
Kinda. I think I like the definitely one version of the pilot is calm and collective, but he's nowhere near that it seems in the and like the Crossbone. So I want to know what happens between that. That's like my mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay. Sounds good to me. So, question: this suit is it a 2K or 2.5 in Maxi Boost on?
It's a 2K still.
Still a 2. Right.
Much better 2K.
I'm sorry.
It's a much better 2K.
Oh wait, is it a 2.5 in EX versus 2?
Yeah, it's 2.5 in X versus 2.
I see.
They
Okay.
buffed him. They, I think X2 is one of those Gundams that they buffed over time. Like he keeps getting buffs because like in vanilla X Forces he was at 2.5K and he was trash. Like none of the things could hit. Like I tried playing him in vanilla X Forces and it is like really difficult to hit anything with that suit. So I like that over time he got buffs. You know, more buffs than needed. But still, they didn't know if the character. They was giving us buffs. Let's see.
All right. All right. Sounds good. Okay, so tell me, what is? Let's see, what would be the first thing I wanted to ask actually about the suit itself? The hmm. Are you aware of what's changed between uh full boost and Mbon?
Yes,
Okay, how do you feel about those changes?
those changes are really good. Like, one the first. Let's get into the document. I'm gonna reference the document line by one line that Cosmic provided.
Okay.
Yeah.
The mobility increase of the suit. The ammo increase of the main BR by one. It's not a major change, but still it's having one more ammo is still pretty nice.
Yeah.
The CSA, which is the most important part of the suit, has increased drastically in my opinion because I played it in during the closed beta, and it does seem that the CSA is much faster than what was in full boost. Um, Also, the sub where you throw the swords of the first show actually staggers more than um than before. Before, if you drew the first sword only, and didn't get the second hit, your opponent can move during can actually move a little bit more um during like full boost, right?
I think so. But you
Yeah.
said, hold on, quick question. CSA, that's the Garobi, right?
CSA is the stun. We enjoy the
Okay.
stuns.
All right.
I think it was BC is the Joby.
Okay, there we go.
AC is the Garo. I think
Uh,
BC is the ABC mantle, and
Mm.
the CSA is the shot lance fire.
yeah.
Okay.
AC's damage increase seems I mean it. You barely use the AC, but if you're able to stun your opponent with your CSA, you can do more damage with your AC, the Jero. Um, it does have more melee options too, and Maxi Boost on. Even though X2, I don't see X2 as a melee suit. Uh, it does have more melee options in this game than all other games. Yeah, so if somebody wants can master like the melee in X2, how X2 melees, because it, for me, X2 has a pretty slow startup, but it does have pretty hard, has a hard time. It has a strong slow startup, but it does hit hard. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
So if you're able to capitalize on the melee routes, this Maxi Boost on has more melee options for the suit. And the boss attack, that's the last thing. It seems to be a bit better. Like you don't really use it that much, but the way you shoot the Lancer it seems to be a bit faster. And I think that's it. Was the suit changes?
Okay. Now then, let's see. Should I?
So it sounds like overall you're pretty happy with the changes that it got.
Yeah, I'm so happy with the changes. Like it just got only buffs, no nerfs. It's a suit.
It's kind of funny because I've always thought that well, think about it. When I played full boost, even when Blitz and Sandrock were the dominant backs, I still pretty frequently saw X2 with some, or I saw X2 with some regularity still. So I'm kind of wondering, how it kept getting all these buffs when it seemed to be a pretty decent suit.
Yeah. I don't know. Band-Aid likes X2 too. Like they made it much better in X versus 2, which is when it's 2.5K. It made it much like what it's supposed to be, like a strong backsuit that you could rely on.
Yeah,
because
Go ahead.
Because in vanilla versus, when it was a 2.5K, it couldn't hit anything. So there was no reason to pick X2. But now it just like it's so much better. Like you could always, if you were going for a strong neutral game, you could depend on X2 to like stun and carry neutral. And I have to be right back. So give me 1 minute.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so I guess the initial impression so far is that X2 is very well rounded and has a lot of strength to the way it plays.
Yeah, I remember when I remember using it, that's kind of how I felt about it. It was actually pretty well rounded. I always thought it was weird that it was a 2K because I didn't play vanilla, so I didn't know until after the fact that it was a 2.5 at first because it moves around decently well. I never really meleeed with it, but it has a Garo for punishes. It has a stun that, if I'm not mistaken, you kind of I don't think you can really dodge with it, but it does have a stun. The BR was pretty decent, so it had enough tools to get the job done. And then on top of that, excuse me, then it also had the ABC mantle, which not only does that block beam shots for you, but then I believe if you have it on, it does slow you down a little bit.
It does.
But the thing that I thought was great about it is in full boost, if I'm not mistaken, if the ABC mantle gets destroyed, it does regenerate. And that's something that, for example, the full cloth crossbone, the Crossbone Gundam full cloth doesn't do.
Yep.
And I thought that's actually pretty significant that if you're able to stay alive long enough, then you can actually get a second ABC mantle in that life. So that's actually pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. And same thing with the X1. Once that goes, it's pretty much gone. I don't know how it
Yeah,
would
I
be in
remember that. Yeah, X1 is a 2.5,
yeah.
but once its ABC mantle gets destroyed, it doesn't get it back. And
Mm-hmm.
then not only that, but if the 2.5 gets overcosted, it doesn't get it back either. Although I believe that's also the case for X2. But if I'm not mistaken, in Maxi Boost On, didn't they make it regenerate?
I think so.
All right.
I could
We'll
look.
touch on that whenever we get to X1, I guess. Let's still focus on X2. So looking at the stats for that suit. One sec.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the other thing I remember is that the main has plenty of ammo. You have a lot of ammo with 8 shots. You have 8 shots on the BR. The lance thing is a stun.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the toss. It's also 1 ammo. And I believe when you do that one, it also cuts guidance. Actually,
Yeah, Tech said
yeah.
X1's ABC does regen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he confirmed it. Thank you. Yeah, the little thing that you toss to do the stun, that when you do that move, it actually cuts guidance. I did not know that.
Wow.
So that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, so it could be pretty evasive and have its own form of self-defense too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
that's
it
actually
makes
really cool.
it's a really hard suit to
It's a pretty good
pursue.
suit overall, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, I actually think I'm actually kind of curious. I think the suit should be going by every tool that it has. Kind of makes me wonder if this suit would be something that would be a good recommendation for beginners.
Mm-hmm. In fact, fun,
Because
good thing you actually
it's a
mentioned that
2K
too.
weapon.
Good thing you actually mentioned that too, because I did link a Google Docs or uh, something in the hangar in regards to what suits would be like easy, normal, or hard suits to recommend.
Yeah.
So I guess I could pull that up. Let me see if I could get that going. I think I also have a pin too. Yeah, there we go. I'll put on the stream. I'll give good thanks to K1. I think the author of this suit of this spreadsheet is. Hold up, I'll put on the stream real quick. So if we're going by what is said here, oh, is it under construction? Oh yeah, it might be under construction at the moment. But yeah, so far,
Still being lined up.
yeah. Though I'm pretty sure there was a much more complete version of it, but I guess that's being worked on at the moment. So far, this is the 3Ks that's been arranged. But big ups to K1 for taking the time and effort to kind of organize things and just lay things out for both veterans and new players too. See what makes them tick, see what are some elements that they should pay attention to, and ultimately how it functions into their overall gameplay and what makes them easy to play, normal to play, something for intermediate skill level, or absolutely hard. It's a great resource to have, really.
Mm-hmm. We're just waiting on this guy to get
Geo.
back. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, does anybody in the chat have any questions so far? Any comments or concerns?
Mom, say that again.
I was just asking the chat to see if there was any questions, comments, concerns that they have.
Um, yeah. Now that I think about it, only thing I'm not really sure on is melee. The Other than that, I think the suit's perfectly fine. I'm not sure on its melee, not at all, but having plenty of ammo, and then the Garo beam, and then the stun with breaks tracking, and then the fact that the ABC man, so you don't have to do anything fancy to put it on or not, is actually really good. Let's see. I'm tight NA/EU isn't getting the extra day from the pre-order bonus potentially. I said it before. I'll say it again. Don't expect anything from Bamco. Okay, I'm sorry. I hate. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna make a quick disclaimer. This is not Blue Shift's opinion or anybody else's. This is my own. So hopefully nobody gets punished for me saying this. But at the end of the day, I have no faith in Bamco. The fact that we're even getting this game, getting a US release, is a miracle in itself.
Yep.
I don't have any faith in Bamco to do anything properly with this game. I'm getting the American version. The only reason why I'm getting the American version is because I'm hoping that by picking up the American version, they realize that, hey, some people picked up the game in the American version, instead of them probably ignoring the fact that probably most of us are probably going to just pick up the Japanese version anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully they look at it and say, oh, they picked up the American version. Cool. People are picking up the game. People like it. But, I mean, ultimately, it's not going to bother me much if we miss out like one day. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
The game's going to come out at the end of July. That's right around the. So don't even worry about it. You've played this game before. Don't flip out. Don't go overhyping the game. You know what the game is, because then when you get the game, then you're gonna just do whatever. And then of course, and let me guess, is that what I think it is?
Yes, it is.
This fucking dumbass, Evan. let me just tell you now. Just shut the fuck up, Evan. There's your preemptive shut up. So the way that works is the next time you're gonna say something stupid, that preemptive shut up kicks in, and you just shut up and don't even say the idea. I mean, you're talking about the G sound, but it doesn't matter because the way that Twitch is fucking up now. We're probably, you already know. I can already see it happening. We're gonna get the G sound version, right? You're gonna get the G sound version. You're gonna want to stream the game. You're gonna be playing the music, and then Bamco is gonna DMCA your ass. Yep. And it's just like, but I give you extra money. And Bamco's like, fuck you, get out.
Pretty much.
You can already see it happening.
Yeah, I guess for people that just want to enjoy it for themselves and not stream the game, that's fine. But
yeah,
majority of people that are going to be streaming the game, more likely than not, they're going to have their own custom soundtrack, which thank God it exists in Maximus.
How are we going to even do custom soundtrack if we can't even put music in the goddamn PS4?
You have to have an external hard drive. It's similar to how Super Robot Wars does it.
Just get USB stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind.
In fact, HD Kyrian has an article or disclaimer about the process of doing it too. So.
All right, I'll have to do that then. I'll probably do that once I get my PC built.
All right.
Yeah. I'll be pre-ordering the US version too, because there's literally no point of getting a Japanese version for me. Like, where you get like a passport that you can use in 24 hours doesn't seem like logical for me. So, like, plus it's over here, it's like $60, not $80. So no, well, like, one day it's not gonna kill me. I'm not that addicted.
Yeah, it's not going to kill anybody, really. Only those that are absolute fiends and just want to crack out even more. They're most likely going to get the JP version and just double dip afterwards.
Nah, I'm good.
How are you going to use the gold frame in the United States? It's not possible.
Oh, and going back to the previous thing I showed up, I just noticed that there were actually tabs based on cost. So, yeah, I just did a natural brain fart there. Aha! Yes, X2 is one of the easy suits to recommend. It's definitely one of the easy suits to play and kind of get the ball rolling at times too. In fact, I would say it's if you probably agree with this too, it's a really good back suit as well.
I think it's a pretty solid one. Very solid. Wait, what's this? If only Twitch. I should just buy Bamco and fix everything.
You need $20 billion for that.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I was told that if you pre-order EX Versus, that you're supposed to be able to get what's her name as an operator for Gundam Battle Operation 2. Does it have to be the Japanese version, or does it matter?
I think it has to be a Japanese one, but
But
is it?
that's just whack.
I think because they haven't mentioned it in anyone else, so
That's whack. Screen capture isn't too complicated on video. You should definitely hit up EX Versus Force. Evan, stop talking.
Well, that means I have to get a Vita itself too, but I don't know if I can find one for cheap. But I'm not in
EX Versus Force never happened. Let it go.
Tell that to him.
did he get Xbox Force? Like,
Well, EX versus Force did introduce like a few suits that are now prevalent in the later Gundam versus games. Like Barbato has made his debut there. I think a few of the Age suit. No, Age was in Max Boost, so never mind on that.
I give it to Xbox Force that even though it was a flawed game, it was a Force Gun like Forces game, and quite like ever since like Zeta, like Forces Zeta, and the United States.
Mm-hmm. Oh, H1 was in Force. Okay. So I guess we should start putting up the match videos so we can do our bit of analysis there.
Yeah. Give me 1 sec. Please with my audio. I'll be right back.
Okay. Alright, let me just mess around with this.
Okay. I don't know, it kept doing some gobblers. Alright, let's go to the Force video then.
Okay, let me pull it up on my end too so everybody can watch.
It's over here.
Gundam Seed Battle Destiny. That.
Let's watch it in full force, and I tell you the little details.
All right.
How's that sound?
And
Yeah.
it's next to Double Zeta. Such an ugly ass suit. What the hell is this HUD?
Spring Battle.
Dude, people like the crazy HUDs.
Yeah. Oh no, I think it's great, but I do hope that most of these are there.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they will. I don't know about
Hey,
the special
Geo,
one.
Foxside says to stop smurfing.
I just spoke to them.
It's about last night.
Caddish, to answer your question, if you go to Play Asia has all 3 versions for pre-order.
No, I think the one thing is that in order to get the extra day, you have to do the digital pre-order in order to get the extra day.
Ah, I see.
That's the caveat of it.
It's either the passport or the extra days. Which one do you want?
I also did notice that the American Bamco site doesn't have the game for pre-order. I can pre-order Captain Tsubasa, but I can't pre-order EX versus Mbon.
I guess they're probably gonna do it like on the day of, or probably the second weekend. Who knows?
And the other thing too is that there's radio silence from the NA from Bamco US. Again, just really frustrating.
I mean, they just released the trailer today, but that's still a little bit on the late side, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes back to what you said before that you can't really trust Bamco to actually be a little bit on the ball when it comes to Gundam games in general.
Like I
But
said, just look at how they handled Armored Core 5 and Verdict Day. That's all you need to know.
yep. Oh, sorry about cutting into the analysis though.
Yeah, we do it. We do it after the legend. I'll tell you. Just I'm analyzing it too.
Okay. So just kind of compiling your thoughts in the meantime.
Yep.
And I do mute the videos for audio mixing sake, just in case I accidentally blow anybody's ears out again. So I'm
No,
just kind
that's
of
fine.
sparing
I
you
don't think we
guys.
need to. I don't think we need to sound for this to understand what's going on. To be
Yeah,
honest
pretty
with you, when
much.
it comes to, I'm gonna be honest. I do this. Just wanted to, maybe people will find this interesting too. It's a little random, but whenever I like watching match videos of boxing, for example, I always prefer to do it without the sound because like that you won't be influenced by people's voices. So, for example, a lot of times you'll watch matches and you'll have the announcers be pretty biased. So having it without the sound will help you see what's going on. So no, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because if you're not playing any sound while you're playing a replay, you're more focused on the movements and what's happening. So that'll be fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's replay the video.
Okay.
Wait, playing right now.
All right.
Foxeye, what's wrong with Play Asia? I've purchased several games from Play Asia in the past. What's wrong with them?
Let's see. So he's kept his cloak on because the back player is actually a beam type suit,
Mm-hmm.
and keeping the cloak on as your back player, it's actually pretty helpful because if you leave your cloak off and leave it on, there's more opportunity for the back player to shoot you down, right? You don't because having beam protection is pretty nice. He misses Jero right there. Pretty bad Jero. There was one good shot. See how fast that lance was?
Mm-hmm.
The lance is like ridiculously fast.
And I see that he always cycles through CSA, then the sword toss.
Yes. You want to CSA then sword toss because sword toss actually gives you fast wall.
Oh. And what's a fast fall route in particular?
You go to side. You go you do like a little side movement
Mm-hmm.
with the side with the swords, and then you. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about the boss real quick.
Okay.
See how fast those beams come out
Mm-hmm.
and S boss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In S boss, his not only that his beams are ridiculously fast, is also the CSA charge faster, and you get more faster on the swords. You draw
Oh.
the swords faster on S boss.
So everything is faster.
Yeah, it's still melee, but you don't melee with a suit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it so going by that what you're saying? It sounds like let's see, are you saying that shooting burst is his preferred burst?
Yes, it is with a suit.
Nice.
That that's like that's before, unless you're going to some kind of weird melee build, which is nothing wrong with that. You have to on the council routes better, but um, Aspos is the more preferred because you want to play neutral. Like, yeah, you want to control the neutral game.
Mm-hmm.
That's what X is really good at. Is controlling that neutral game.
So the CSA, is that like a bazooka sort of?
It just stuns. It's like you basically just stun. It's like a lance, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's a. I don't know what to call it. I just call it lance.
Yeah, it's pretty much a lance. A projectile, as Fox put it. Yeah, it's a physical projectile that's capable of stunning targets. Probably ideal for chasing and following it after certain attacks, too.
Yep. See how powerful that melee route was? Like I think that's like one of the new melee routes in Maxi On that I need to play that to be canceled.
Mm-hmm. Want me to move on to the next video?
Yep.
Okay. I'll put that up soon.
Oh, I might even look at the white video. I forgot. I was like looking at a different video.
That's all good.
Okay. I got the other video up.
Alright. There's a second video that you linked. So
I'll be analyzing this one too.
Alright.
Okay, so he starts with the Joby. I don't know why. There was like no one there.
Yeah, probably just make a call out or something.
Yeah, pretty much. I think in this situation, it's more safe to take off your cloak because his back cannot really shoot many beams.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
I
He
think
lost the
it's a
cloak.
stream. I think it's a stream, Evan. I think it's
Yeah.
a stream, not so much of the videos low quality.
Yeah. Most of the
Is
videos.
the video low quality?
Yeah, the videos. Damn. Most of the videos uploaded to YouTube for Max Boost tend to be at a very low quality, probably because of the kind of capture card they were using.
Yeah,
so,
there's not many videos I saw. It's this suit. I just want to showcase like high level gameplay.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure the players that actually did upload these weren't really too big of a stickler for quality either way.
I just want to be like, look at this amazing moment I had. It's a suit, basically.
It's just a whole bunch of squares.
And I think this was part of a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
That's another way to do it. I would have subbed that, but
so sub would be the much more preferred option for anti-melee?
Yeah. Which is the join sword. Like, you join swords just to get people off your back. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Okay.
Third video?
Alright. Third one?
Yep. Yeah. This is a gold rank player, I think. Yeah, the gold rank player was a 4 win streak.
Oh.
You get more mobility with the cloak off, but you risk having people shoot at you.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that.
Depends if you want to take that risk or not.
Oh, wait, now I see the fast fall too.
Yeah.
No, that's actually pretty good, considering the fact that you're getting a little bit more defense along with a little bit of mobility too. So you could kind of play a little bit of chicken here and there.
You can cancel into the beam into the ABC mantle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even after CSA too.
Yeah, I see him doing that up repeatedly.
Mm-hmm. mean, that's what we're doing, Fox. We're just having him talk about X2.
Yeah, watch.
Yeah, Rex is. I think Rex is more of a first run. I think.
See how he's backing down once he shoots his CSA. Even just stunning him is good enough for even stunning him with no punish is good enough for like more advantage.
Yeah, it just delays their ability to try and respond.
Yep. You don't even have to punish. You just stun him if you want to.
Okay.
Last video. That was pretty kind of too. I think in this video he's takes up more melee position. No.
Now, would you say there would be actual moments where it is recommended that X2 becomes more aggressive, or is it?
Yeah. Basically, if your partner is really low and you haven't died yet, it's really recommended that you go go on offense and try to even that life out. So if you're 3K, second life 3K just died. He's like 200 HP and you haven't taken any damage. It's time for you to go.
Good question. You guys talking about Rex? Is this like a bonus suit you're gonna get, or is this like a gunpla?
Bonus suit. With a pre-roll.
Yeah. Yeah, Barbatus Lupus Rex.
You have to pre-roll though, or you lose it. Like half scramble. I didn't get half scramble.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, due to some complications, I wasn't able to get hot scramble for the JP copy, but they made them free for a week for the North American copy for some reason. It becomes a purchase after a month. Oh. So they're finally learning their mistake from a couple games ago. That's wonderful. Yeah. Because no one likes having a suit for some apparent reason being absolutely locked away into the void. Inaccessible by any other means. Okay, I'll start the video now.
Yep. Oh, yeah, this back is more melee type. If they start chasing you down, like a melee suit starts chasing you down, they don't have like many beams or anything like that. Let's say I think Bobotos also have any beams. If facing is Bobotos, take off your cloak. There's no point in using it.
So most of the times, wherever you're dealing with a suit that has like ballistics or any kind of projectiles, that's when you have your cloak off.
Yeah. If any, like Goof or any of those types of suits, you take a cloak off. If his partner is like beam spamming everywhere, then if you're facing the opponent, it's good to keep it on. But if facing like Bale with another like beauty type suit, there's no point in you leaving it on.
I see.
And that stun is really crucial. See how he just finished him like that? He was like I think it was 200.
Yeah. Let me move to that point.
Immediately that, and he finished off with the sub. Okay, I see. You could also melee into CSA. I think it's more. I think in Fubu's it's kind of hard to do that, but in this game, I think you can do it much better. Melee to CSA because of how fast the dance is. Okay.
Okay.
I think that's it for the video. Anything
Okay,
else?
so I was gonna ask you something actually.
Okay.
So, cause I don't know if this was asked, but what do you feel is the weak point of this suit?
Basically, if the opponent is really playing like a really strong melee suit, and they know how to, they didn't know you're gonna do that stack a lot. Against melee suits, you don't really have time to react if they evade your stuns.
Mm.
Any suit that basically gets up on X2 closely is a X2 is a disadvantage.
Hmm. So it's preferred that he has that distance as opposed to playing it up close.
Yes.
And I guess another question, since you also play GVS as well, what would you say would be some major differences between Max Boost version and GVS's version of X2?
GVS's version, I don't know what they did to it. I think actually that's they kind. I say I forgot to mention that was the only point they nerfed the suit for some reason
Hmm.
because they nerfed all 2,000 cars in GVS because the 300 card is basically not valuable in that game. But yeah, they gave an extra melee routes too in GVS, which carried I think it carried over to um Maxi Boost as I recall, and yeah, basically the GVS version was like nerfed, and now it's claimed it's back to its glory. It's back in pretty pow. It's actually a valuable suit now than before.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. All right. Anything else?
Hmm.
What's it?
You got
Mm.
anything, Denso?
Yes, I do. There is no escape. The Did you mention before what was your preferred 3K or your preferred front?
Oh no. The full front would be like a beam spam heavy suit
Why?
because you could cut your opponent, your partner easily with a melee suit. If your opponent's going in with a melee suit, and if you're not careful with those stuns, you could actually stun your opponent more than your enemy. You have to learn not to stun your opponent with against you have to learn not to stun your partner because you can stun your partner too with the lance, and stunning your partner is actually much put you much more in a position of like you know if of disadvantage, right? If your opponent is basically if your partner sorry if your partner is doing like a melee combo and you accidentally stun him during that combo, your opponent could just get off of that combo, recover from the combo easily, and just punish your partner because you stunned him.
All right. So, what's an example of a 3K that you'd like to have as a partner?
Definitely like the what I say they'll you see they'll like Penelope and Z or New Gundam. Like New Gundam is pretty good at the neutral game. Um, and yeah, like those beam heavy suits, like maybe Nightingale too.
All right.
So I guess it's, if I can understand where you're coming from, it's mostly
Why, Kaddish?
Huh?
Oh no, sorry. Kaddish said he hates going against X2.
hmm
Yeah, it can punish the neutrals. It's an anti-neutral suit too because the stun, how fast the stun is.
Yeah, as I was saying, it seems that from what I can boil down, suits that have a lot of range superiority are a good mix with X2
Mm-hmm.
because that they kind of stay out of the way of any kind of possible sword tosses or any lances that might hit them in the back. And
Yep.
also, it just if you're going with a melee suit and you have X2, chances are you're going to be fighting separate battles instead of just teaming together at certain points,
Mm-hmm.
just to avoid stepping over each other.
Yep. I mean, it's doable to play with a melee suit. It's not impossible. You just gotta be careful.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's been times too that I fucked up with some of my own partner.
Hmm.
So, um, um, I think next question was like any advice for beginners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's lead me to that. Um, be careful. My advice to beginners playing the suit is be careful with like the cuts. If your opponent's kneeling and doing combo, do not try to cut him with stun.
Oh, just to be a heads up, when we talk about advice for beginners, that's just in general, not for this suit specifically.
Oh, okay. In general, then, just let your opponent have a 3K main, like have a 3K partner, and like yeah, just let your opponent do his thing, and I'm sorry,
That's so good.
I'm getting confused.
Take your time. Take your time.
Well, just my advice for beginners is just um in general is just not to have some weird pairings like 3K and like 3K 2 like 3K 1.5K.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
I think he's trying to.
No, I'm asking Kaddish. Kaddish posted a question, so I was just putting why in the meantime while you're talking about that. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Just don't have any like weird pairings, yeah. And don't try to die force um as a low cost suit. If you die force it was like X2 and your opponent was like XE, you can't really do that much. If then your opponent was like died force. Does that make sense?
No, I got you. You're talking about making sure that if you're the low cost suit, please be careful about overcosting your partner. Overcost bad.
Yeah, overcast bad. It's like the main reason that battles are lost in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Okay, so does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns in the chat?
I
Going once,
think I
going
was gonna wait.
twice.
There you go. Because I feel like it has too many tools. I think what's important to realize when that happens, Kaddish, to answer that question, I think whenever you need to deal with that, that's when you want to try the suit yourself and then see how it plays. Now, the thing about it is this: the if you notice when you're looking at the match, with the exception of the beam rifle, everything else that it has is one ammo. So if you know how long it has to wait to be able to do its stun move again, then that's when you know, hey, you know what? I can pressure this guy now because he already used his stun. So you want to keep, because just like how whenever we're playing this game, just like how you're watching an opponent and you're like, you know what, this guy's been in the air too long, it's time to punish him. Then you can also think about it that way too, and you can say, hey, you know what, this guy doesn't have his stun weapon, so I should be able to, I can pressure him with melee or force him to go somewhere, etc. And even then, or even better, you can just basically pressure him, get the opponent to burn some beam rifle, and as you know, it has 8 shots, but because everything else is only 1 shot, then you can make him run out of ammo, and then he can't do anything. You know,
Yeah.
so keep that in mind.
Also, you
You know, you have to keep track. You have to keep track of the enemy's boost so you can punish, but you should also keep, you know, you should also be aware of how much ammo it has and if it's being a little too, if it's being a little too eager with its weapons.
Yeah, it beat the Sable thing. It's pretty. It takes a while for that to charge. Also, you try to pressure him with melee. He can't. Its melee routes are not really. It takes some time to like, um, get melee routes started. So if you try to, if you have, your suit is really good at melee, you could try to pressure him with melee.
Yeah, it seems like he folds against like suits with very high priority melee too. So, I guess another thing that I could probably add is that with certain suits, you can kind of notice a behavior pattern, regardless of players. Mainly if the player kind of has a crutch using the sword toss as their main point of gameplay or controlling neutral, you can mostly pressure them to either throw something out willy nilly or make them do something that would be in your favor instead.
You can also try X. I think X2 would be a good suit for you, Kadesh. I'm just saying. It without heavy neutral, he likes to control the neutral game, and X2 is all about controlling the neutral game.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom. That one suit from that one terrible show.
But the model kits are pretty good.
Oh man.
I mean, speaking of which, I probably need to finish building the weapons for the Master Grade 2. The Master Grade 2.0 Freedom. I probably might do it off stream, to be quite honest, and just get started with the Gar Lion.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to add?
Let me see. Did we cover everything?
Yeah, we did. And IJ is Infinite Justice.
I was gonna ask. Yes. One other question, because you did give some advice for beginners there, but I have one more thing.
Mhm.
Any pitfalls? Any pitfalls you want to warn beginners about?
Oh, definitely. One is don't go on Wi-Fi like ever. If you play on Wi-Fi, people are not gonna like play with you.
You have a chance to
It's just how the game is. So avoid Wi-Fi and stick with WoW. Do some weird setup to get some wired in this game. It's really worth it.
Yep.
If you have to. Two is don't feel discouraged if so you're on team 3 and nobody's picking you as a partner. It's because players want to play with their friends or some it's not because they don't want to play with you. They want to play with your friend, and I know some people like to practice with newer players too. I play sometimes with newer players and have no issue. But when I feel like playing with my friend,
Objection.
What? Okay.
I object.
You object.
I object. We talked about this, I believe, last week and the week before. I think if you are a beginner, don't play in a room where people are running around in set teams. Play shuffle.
Yeah. Also, I was about to get into that play shuffle too. Like, if you can't handle that, then just play shuffle. You have to,
But
yeah,
not
play shuffle
but you
for a
do
good
even
time.
then. But even then, you did make a good point though. Don't take it personal if a person is wanting to play with a set partner, because sometimes that is what they want to do. But I think usually whenever you go into a room, I mean, usually it's gonna say that. But you know, the on a counterpoint at that too, you should try to play with multiple people, but don't get discouraged just because you lose one or two matches or you go on a losing streak with a partner. That doesn't mean that you guys suck or that your partner sucks or whatever. Because if anything, sure, you're probably, if anything, look at it. If you're getting creamed, then maybe talk to the guy and say, like, hey, are we doing something wrong? Maybe there's something where you're lost in communication. But otherwise, like if you're having close matches, just encourage each other and keep pushing. Because sometimes you're doing just fine, and maybe you just need to make a small little adjustment, and you'll be all right. And by the way, no problem, Kaddish.
Okay, so
Anyway,
I think this might be a good time to wrap things up.
yep.
All right. Well, thanks for dropping by, Gio. I think it's safe to say that I think I'm gonna go ahead and add this suit to the list of beginner-friendly suits for sure.
Yep.
Or at least I think I don't know. I'm actually not sure now that I think about it, because when I really thought about it now I was thinking just like how someone mentioned it too, that once you have the X2's stun down, that you can be bullied.
Yeah,
But
you mentioned it
I
actually.
don't know.
You mentioned it
Yeah.
recently.
I put this on the intermediate, like not like a beginner. It's gonna try to tilt. It's gonna try to like just beam spam and just like
Yeah.
try to melee and just try to throw the swords and that's it. But that's not how this suit's used for. So maybe intermediate.
I guess going by from what I've seen from a K1 spreadsheet, he did list it as easy. So I guess in the sense it's easy to pick up and know its game plan, but I say that it's a bit on the intermediate side when it comes to actually playing compositions and certain matches here and there, because it does teach you how to back pretty well, but also teaches you to be more resource aware of your weapons and the kind of timings that are available to capitalize.
I mean, from what I'm thinking about it now, I think it's safe to say that it's not so much that this is a beginner-friendly suit. I think that I think I was looking at it the wrong way. I don't think it's beginner-friendly, but what I think is, I think X2. I feel like it's a. Would you guys say that X2 is a safe pick for any front?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say that. If you know how to use it, yeah, definitely.
yeah. As I feel like it has a really good kit that you can't really go wrong with at all. If anything, stunning is the ultimate thing that is king in any kind of EX versus game. And the fact that it's a 2K makes it even more efficient too, because you don't have to worry about serious overcosting. You just gotta stay alive long enough for the 3K or whatever higher cost is in front.
Yeah, I think this suit is actually pretty decent at not overcosting their partner, because it does have that extra help with the ABC and mental. Now, what was I going to mention too? That was just lost my train of thought.
Goes out to cloak. So.
Mm-hmm. Ah, my lord, I just lost my train of thought. There was one other thing I wanted to bring up, but I don't remember now.
I mean, it does have an anchor too, so that's another self-defense mechanism.
The anchor, that's basically the zip line that zips with the opponent, right?
Yeah, the scissor anchor, as it's canonically called.
No, that's good. I think that's actually good that this suit is can work with any front. I think that's a good thing, because if anything, that will be it's a reliable pick.
Mm-hmm.
So since it's a suit that does pretty decently, then that'll be something that'll be a lot easier for people to work with. I can see why you say that, Fox. As far as it being a secret 2.5, sometimes it does feel that way when someone's really on point with that suit. No, I think that kind of covers everything. Yeah, I think it's overall a very solid suit. Would recommend. Definitely looking forward to giving it another go when Maxi Boost on drops. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully, we can get some matches in the suit and record things and be able to actually do some match overview and stuff. That would be good.
Yeah.
All right, so that covers everything. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All good.
All right, so hey, thanks for dropping by, people. Oh wait. Now I remember. Now I remember what I was gonna do. Blue, could you
Yeah.
bring up the tier list? I'm actually curious to see where X2 is on the tier list.
Okay. I'll bring that up now. $2K.
IB.
Yep. Let me just bring that up. And there he is. Hi B. So he's pretty much a golden standard at this point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's good. Now, mind you, I'm not really a big deal on tier, but I was actually curious to see where it was. So it is high in the high B tiers. That's
And wait, did we also go over the preferred burst for X2 again?
yes, shooting. From what it
Shooting.
seems like, it looks like shooting is definitely what you want because shooting does help with reloads, and I feel that it definitely wants its reloads up and running, like that you'll be able to really do some pressure and make some plays. But I don't really feel like, now that I think about it, it feels like you don't really need extend on this suit because if you're playing properly, you have your stun to get out of jail. You have your cancels into ABC mantle to protect yourself. And I don't think you gain burst meter when your ABC mantle gets hit, right?
Yeah.
You do?
No, you don't get
Okay.
goals. So I think shooting is the best one because you might be getting into fights like that. You'd be like falling away in the distance, shooting everything. So shooting is the preferred boss.
Yeah, okay.
And then one more question. Back to the beginner question. So we mentioned the pitfalls. We also mentioned basic advice for beginners. What would you say to actually? I don't think we've actually had this before, but I'm gonna throw it at you. Actually, you're gonna be the first guy to throw this at. What would you say to the people who are on the fence about trying this game out?
What I say about it is just um if you don't want to get into like the hardcore people, you just want to play the way you want to play. Try shuffle and try casual match. That will teach you how to get the gist of the suit you want to play. And since this game has more offline features, it seems, than vanilla X Forces, it does have. I think it is worth it offline game too. Mm-hmm. I think, but I have to. We have to wait till the game comes out to try that. But I think it is has good offline too. Um, yeah, just play your favorite suit. Yeah, like you go on, like you have like if you're really into Gundam and you love your suit, your favorite suit from the Gundam series, right? It whatever you imagine what it would do in the game, it does that in this game, basically. Like F91 has the metallic thing.
The meep.
It's gonna have the excess storyline. You sure about that?
That's cool.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh.
Well, there's no reason it's gonna have a storyline that we haven't seen before. According to Evan,
Hey.
there's
Cool.
no reason to play the game.
Evan making himself useful for a change.
Oh, we seen it. It's part of and Beyond Arcade. Oh, that's not basically a storyline. I just like
It's just
you
magic
know,
bats.
yeah, just basically enemies.
Shut up, Evan.
Yeah.
But the mission mode still, it feels legit this time than it was in Full Boost. In Full Boost, mission mode was like I don't know what the fuck to do with the mission mode. They made the same mission 60 times basically in the Full Boost mission mode. But I think in this one it's more diverse because they had time to actually port this game over. Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit of story, not much, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, it's like the typical arcade game story. Nothing too deep.
All right, so I think we covered everything then. So let me think. So, got any social media plugs you want to throw at us? At everybody here?
Yeah. I will be streaming this game when it comes out. Not the early access though. So I'm gonna plug in my Twitch in the chat. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good.
And I'm gonna plug in my YouTube too. I do have a card game that's in development. If you guys wanna check that out,
Oh,
that's
what's
in
it
my
called?
YouTube. Mecha Warriors. It's basically a mecha card game that I'm working on. I think it's pretty interesting because you have the goal is to destroy weapons instead of like creatures basically. And it's like a 1v1 mech battle.
Alrighty.
Alright. I'll plug that YouTube in right there.
Okay.
And that's about it.
And if you can, you could also put them into the Hangar as well, so I could have access to them once I upload this to YouTube. So, just so
I'll
things
put them
be
in
more
too.
convenient.
You know, Norn has a launch in like Destiny and EX versus.
Yeah, I know about that one.
Only thing I remember from Banshee Norn is how much I hated it and how Rid he looks like he's yelling cocaine when he's taking bursts.
Dude, the guy's basically on cocaine all the time, right?
Well, I mean, he would be on cocaine after getting cucked so bad by Banniger. He's just had it rough, man.
What's Banniger's last name again?
Lynx.
Lynx, yeah. Banniger, I'll use the beam rifle, Lynx.
Banniger, I'll steal your girl and make you look like a little bitch, Lynx.
Oh, man. What a bitch.
He's sad that he couldn't get what's the Kshatriya file again? Maria?
Marita.
Yeah, he couldn't get that Maria first because he killed her.
Nope. And what was it worth? Nothing.
No.
Not even a crumb of pussy.
I mean, Norn is pretty strong, period, right? It wasn't nerfed that bad, was it?
No, it wasn't nerfed at all. It wasn't nerfed that bad. If anything,
Like,
he's probably one of the two that...
It was just obnoxious when it first came out for Full Boost.
Yeah,
That's who had no business being there.
The fact that his kit is very versatile, that everything's a fast fall, you can't really go wrong with that.
All right. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Geo, thanks for dropping by to help us out with this video on X2, and we'll see you out there, huh?
Yep.
All right.
See you guys. Peace.
And you're also
Take
welcome
it
to
easy,
sing.
fellas.
You're also
Except for
welcome
Evan. I hate you, Evan. Nah, I'm kidding. Be safe, guys.
All righty. And you're also welcome to stay in the Discord if you want to as well. I'm not stopping you. But I guess with that, let me put on the debriefing. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The moment the music kicks in, I just go into complete and utter overdrive. So, let's unmute this. And with that, we're closing up another episode of the A Day in the Hangar Mobile Suit Spotlight. Big thanks to Geo for stopping on by, for providing his knowledge, and hopefully looking forward to the online beta soon. What suit we're going to be covering next, I know it's going to be a 2.5, so I'm going to be checking the polls to see what was placed high. Maybe it might have changed over the course of a few weeks now, so I guess we might have our chance to look into other things as well. But all in all, thanks everybody for watching. I do appreciate each and every one of you that's been keeping close eye on where we've been going with this so far. We do hope to continue this even after the game's release, so it's been fun. It really has been fun. And it's also cool to have other members from the Gundam Prison community sticking on by. Just basically giving us some serious knowledge on certain suits here and there, and letting new players and probably some veteran players be a little bit more aware of the other suits that are in the roster. But all in all, I'm really looking forward to what happens and what develops over the course of the game's lifespan. You know? I guess I could also hit you guys with something else. But I guess that's pretty much that. So, till next time, everybody. Peace. Okay, what's another good outro? Nah, now I've been kind of reserving Wednesdays for just the podcast in general. In fact, I feel like I burn a little bit too much energy in the process, so I don't want to absolutely burn myself out. So, maybe if things go pretty well and there might be some sort of development here and there, I might actually have enough stamina to keep things going. Blue ball, you're not gonna let that go, are you? But honestly, I might redo a portable instead. I might redo a portable instead. Draw hands. I can't draw, but I can voice it. I can voice it. Like I've done a couple of times. So, in a way, I am one of you guys. I am. Yeah, I got to the very end. That's the thing, though. I had no idea how bad things were gonna get. I really had no idea how bad things were gonna get, but now I actually have an idea of what's happening next. It would be much more prideful of me to just start things over. That's just me, man. Life has definitely taken some very interesting turns, man, for me. There's a reason why I made a secondary Twitter account for the NSFW stuff, because I'm pretty sure the last thing I did was yeah. So that's a lesson learned. And I let everybody vote for that too. So people do care. And I'm not afraid to admit that too. So if anyone tries to drag me out, I have no regret. Sort of. But I'm just dragging this on a little bit too long. So, for real this time. Catch you guys later. I mean, guys and gals. Let's not forget that too. There might be some ladies. There might be some ladies watching. Who knows? So, for the crescendo.